Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called She May Reconcile with Her Husband. Now, today's video is a coaching email that came in from a client of mine, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I know a lot of people that go through this, and they really don't have a lot of people to talk to because it's kind of frowned upon in society for the most part. So a lot of people, they don't have anyone to talk to about this sort of thing. So while I can't cover everything that has to do with this situation, I thought that this particular email, I could help out some of you, at least to some extent. And in this email, the guy, he's been dating a woman for about 7 months now. And she's actually married, but in fairness, she's been separated from her husband for about 2 years. And actually, his question to me was kind of short, but I wanted to run through his email and, just point out a few things and convey to you guys about what you're getting yourself into if you get yourself involved in a relationship like this. So before we get started, I wanted to say if you find this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up and shared it with your friends and family. And also, I would also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and click on that little bell symbol that's right next to it, because this will give you real-time notifications for when I upload videos in the future. And if you guys have any questions, whether it be about my videos or a question about your own relationship, or if you have an idea for a topic for an upcoming video, please feel free to shoot me an email. Just head over to my website at skillofattraction.com. Click on the contact tab and send me a message from there. And I also provide emergency email coaching, and I provide monthly coaching. And if you guys want to speak to me directly and get a response much quicker, please head over to my website at skillofattraction.com and click on the coaching tab and select the option that works best for you. And I'm going to put the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's get on to this email. Hi, Coach. I was dating a woman for 7 months. Early on, she told me she was separated from her husband for 2 years and he was out of the picture. Well, that's good that she told you up front. A lot of times, the married person, they keep this, what's actually going on in their marriage, or if they're married at all, they keep that part quiet, because they don't want you to go away. But if someone is married, even if they're separated and they're getting involved with you, clearly there's a problem in the marriage. She broke up with me in early January. I initiated no contact and stuck to it for 30 days. We ended up getting back together for 2 weeks and things were great. Now, I just wanted to point out here, this has nothing to do with the overall email here and this video, but he did no contact for 30 days. And if you guys have watched my applying the no contact rule correctly video, which is like my most popular video, you will know, and I've said this in other videos too, I am very much against a certain amount of days to apply no contact before getting back together. There is no magical amount of days for no contact to work for you. It's indefinite until you hear from the person that broke up with you. In this particular case, obviously it worked out for him, but I would not rely on that. He goes on, then she told me that during the period of time we were apart, her husband, who had been trying to persuade her to get back together for the entire separation, had bought her a plane ticket to come see him so they could reconcile their marriage. She told me she had reluctantly agreed and would be going to see him for 6 days. She said she was going because she needed to finally end her marriage, but the prospect of that was scary. I bet that's a pretty scary situation, but the thing is, she's married to him. Even if she's separated, she is married to him, and there's really nothing you could say or do about that. And if you were to create a big fuss about that, you're really just causing more problems, and more than likely, you'd probably drive her back into his arms. So, if something like that happens to you, you just have to let it go and just pray that it works out okay. She asked me to give her space during this time. I have given her space and have not contacted her. Well, that's perfect. I mean, anytime a woman says she needs space, give it to her. I mean, at that point, there's really nothing you could say or do that's going to change how she feels emotionally in that moment. So, because she needs to go through this process on her own and figure it out. I mean, if any woman gets to a point where she wants space, obviously there's something major going on emotionally, and she just needs some time to clear her head. So just let her go. Give her all the space she needs. Then the other day, she phoned me to tell me that she was still at her husband's place trying to sort things out, and she had extended her visit by 5 days. She told me that she didn't know what to do because she had fallen for me, but that she still had feelings for her husband. I told her that whatever she decides, I care for her deeply, and she could call me anytime. Again, you handled that perfectly. I mean, you told her how you felt, and you just gave her the space and the freedom to, do what she feels that she has to do. And what's happening here now is she's confused. And that makes things a lot more difficult for you because, I mean, she has feelings for you. She has feelings for her husband. She's going to be in a state of confusion and probably torn quite a bit. He says, we haven't been in touch since then. He didn't say how long this was, but they haven't been in touch since then. She's back home in a few days. How should I proceed? Should I give her space or reach out to her? Okay, I would give her a few days after her return before you reach out, because you want to see if she's going to reach out. I mean, after all, she's the one that requested space, and the fact that now she's kind of on the fence, it's kind of a sticky situation now. So, and if you don't hear from her in a couple days, I would just reach out to her, keep it really light and positive, and maybe even a little playful, but you just want to say hello, see how she's doing, but you have to do this without any expectation of anything, because right now you don't know which way this is going to go. So if you are contacting her hoping for some sort of decision, you could be severely disappointed in her decision, or maybe she won't have one at all. So I would just go, when you do reach out to her, if you haven't heard from her, when you do reach out to her, do it without any kind of expectation. Okay, now I just wanted to inform you or anyone that's going through this situation what to expect, at least to some degree. I'm actually speaking from experience here, so I have an idea how this is going to go to some degree. Obviously, I can't tell you what she's going to decide or what anyone would decide in this situation. But what I can tell you is that her emotions are going to be all over the map now. I mean, before, it seemed like her husband was out of the picture, and now you were in the picture, and you guys were having a good, healthy, loving relationship. Obviously, something happened there where she decided that she had to end things with you, but she did come back after a month. But the fact that the husband is back in the picture and trying to work things out with her and reconcile, it's going to make things really tough for both her and for you, because like I said, her emotions are going to be all over the map. She's going to be running hot and cold, and it's going to take you a lot of strength, resilience, and patience to be able to get through the situation. It's going to be very difficult. The trick here is that you cannot pressure her into making a decision one way or another, and it's going to be very hard to stop yourself from doing that, because with everything being so uncertain, you're going to want certainty. We all want certainty. And the thing is, she's not even certain. So you cannot pressure her, because it's just going to put so much more stress on the relationship, and you two don't want to end up hating each other. So you really just have to either back off and let her make the decision on her own, or you have to walk away from the situation. Because the thing is, now she's in total control of the relationship. And it may not seem like it to her, but she's actually in the best position, because she has a choice where you really don't have a choice, nor does her husband. I mean, you guys do have a choice. You could both just walk away from the situation, but obviously either you nor him want to. You guys both want the same woman, and she's going to be torn, and it's going to be very difficult for you. The good news is that she is at least being honest with you. She's keeping you in the loop, telling you what's going on, telling you where her feelings are at, and that's a good thing. The thing is, though, that you have to pay attention more to her actions than her words, because a lot of times the people in her position, since basically she has to make a choice between the two of you, so if she loves you and she loves her husband, she may be telling both of you different things so you don't go away. So she may be telling you, oh, just give me a little bit of time, and you and I, we'll be together. Maybe she's telling the same thing to her husband. So you have to pay attention to her actions more than her words, because she could just be stringing you along from here on out. And I'm not saying that she's doing that to be evil, or a lot of people say, well, they're just trying to have their cake and eat it too. And that's a possibility, but it's also a possibility that she would just be torn, and she doesn't know which way to go from here. So she's not doing it to be evil or to play you or anything like that. But she could be stringing you along, because the thing is, she doesn't want you to go away, which is understandable. But at the same time, you can't be her backup. So, and to be honest with you guys, I know quite a few people that have been in her situation and in your situation. And, this could drag on for years and years and years, and you don't want to waste all that time that's a big chunk of your life. I actually have a friend of a friend who, she was married, and she was with this guy for 10 years. And this guy, he was patiently waiting for her to leave her husband. And as soon as her husband found out, he was gone. She just kicked him to the curb, and that was it. He wasted 10 years of his life. I mean, can you imagine that? And I have another close friend who, he was married, and he had a girlfriend. And the girlfriend knew, but I mean, he was telling his girlfriend that he had no plans on leaving his wife, but obviously she still wanted him to leave his wife. And like my buddy told me, he's like, I have the best of both worlds. I have my wife on this side, my wife and my family, and I have my girlfriend on this side. All of his needs were being met. And, he didn't want to give any of that up. And unfortunately, in the end, his wife ended up divorcing him because of his girlfriend, and his girlfriend left him because he wouldn't leave his wife, so he ended up with no one. But I also know quite a few people who have been in this situation, and everything worked out great. They're together now. They're very happy. But I just want to make sure that you guys understand this, that this could go on for years and years and years, and there's no guarantee of what will happen in the end. So you have to be aware of that and make your decision accordingly. And I know you don't want to hear this, but in the meantime, you should really be keeping your options open and dating other women. Doesn't mean you have to get into a serious relationship with any of these women, but like I said, you want to keep your options open because after all, she is married and she has a much stronger emotional bond with her husband, and a legal bond, by the way. Divorces could take a long time. She's still on the fence about which way this is going to go now. So you don't want to waste all this time of your life when you could be with a woman that is available, that wants to give you 100% of herself, rather than a woman that is on the fence about you and she can't give you all of her time and she's not 100% available emotionally. So it's a good idea that you date other women for the time being, at least until she's ready to make a move. And another thing you could do to keep your mind off of this is to find the things in your life that are going really well and stay focused on that. Whether it be your mission and purpose in life, maybe you have children. Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to point out. If she does have children with her husband, it's going to make this 10 times more difficult for everyone involved. So if she does have children, I just wanted to point that out. But you need to stay focused on the things that are going well in your life, the things that are working out, and keep chasing your goals, your hobbies, and anything else that you need to accomplish to make yourself the best man possible. So hopefully that cleared things up for you and for anyone watching this video that may be going through the same thing. I know there's not a lot of information out there for the man or the woman that is on the outside in a marriage, when there's an extramarital relationship, whether the person is separated or they're not separated. And I know there's not a lot out there for you guys, so I wanted to make sure that you guys understood what you're getting into. If you're going over the possibility of getting involved with someone that's married, or if you're not sure what to do because you're involved with someone that's married, it's messy. And like I said, it could take years, and it's very emotional. And honestly, I highly recommend that you just don't get involved with someone like that. There's nothing against the person. It's just going to be, emotional torture for you and for her and for him. And it's just not a good way to go. So I really hope that helped. If you are in this situation and you need some coaching, like I said before, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and select the option that works best for you, and we'll see what we could do. That's it for this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.